So yeah, the storyline to Mortal Kombat. Now, before we go into detail on that part, I just want to say that I do like the game, despite what we're going to talk about. I still think it's the best video game in the Mortal Kombat franchise. Um, I enjoyed it a lot. It exceeded a lot of my expectations, and I'm probably going to get a lot of burn for this, but I enjoyed it more than Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Although I do not think Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was a bad game. I thought it was a really damn good game. I just thought Mortal Kombat was somewhat better for me. But that being said, boy, did they really drop the ball on the plot in Mortal Kombat.
Absolutely. Like I liked it more than Marvel vs. Capcom also. I really love this game. It's like my favorite fighting game. But like the plot line, like Jesus Christ, it's a really well presented plot line with really, really bad plot twists. Like we're gonna spoil the game for you hardcore if
yeah,
you're watching this.
yeah, this is going to be huge spoiler central. I was going to probably talk about this after I review Mortal Kombat, but it's best we talk about that now. Um, okay, every those who aren't familiar with the storyline, it is a retelling of Mortal Kombat's 1, 2, and 3, but they managed to bridge it with the original Midway canon by having it like take place after Armageddon. See, apparently during the Battle of Armageddon, Shao Kahn won. He apparently killed Blaze and probably a lot of people, got his power, started beating the shit out of Raiden. And by the way, I just love the fact that Shao Kahn was able to survive getting bitten in the neck by Onaga. But
Yeah.
but he was winning. Raiden, as a desperate intent, makes a magic chant. He sends a little message and images of the future to Raiden all the way in Mortal Kombat 1. Raiden sees these images, his amulet is cracked, and he has to fix the future. But every decision he makes ends up just really, really screwing things up. Some of the things he did were completely unnecessary.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he's completely worthless as a god in this freaking series.
Which
Like,
which is sad because I like him because he's Raiden and he's voiced by Richard Epcar and he's one of my favorite voice actors.
well, they in one part of the story they make it seem like Mortal Kombat. They make it seem like it's no big deal to walk into Netherrealm, and Raiden can do it at any time. So why in the hell Raiden's trying to save the first Sub-Zero's life, and he's like, "Whatever you do, Scorpion, don't kill Sub-Zero." And so then Scorpion drags Sub-Zero into hell, and then they battle there. And the entire time, like Raiden's just sitting up on Earth, just not actually going down there to see if Scorpion's keeping his word. And then Quan Chi goes down there, screws everything up, and everyone acts like it's a big surprise when Scorpion comes back up with Sub-Zero's skull. It's like, well, you fucked up. Why would you
Yeah.
think that would be a good idea to just stand around and not at least watch the fight?
Yeah, also, I don't know. I thought it was like near impossible for people to travel in the Netherrealm. I guess it just applies to mortals only because I remember in Mortal Kombat mythology, Sub-Zero, Raiden actually orders Sub-Zero to go back to retrieve the amulet from Quan Chi and Shinnok. I'm like, well, you could go to Netherrealm. Why don't you fucking do it, Raiden?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's a worthless character in this
So
game.
yeah, he was unable to save Sub-Zero's life, and he does eventually become Noob Saibot. And while everything progresses in the tournament, more and more cracks appear on Raiden's amulet, and it's making him more and more frustrated because he knows Armageddon's coming, and he's like, "Well, we did everything. I mean, we won the 10th Mortal Kombat tournament. What's going on?" And well, things play out fine the way it is. He sees more images, he takes more actions, and apparently, I the whole time Jax had biotic arms as opposed to cybernetic ones. I always thought his arms did get blown off in the original canon, but things are telling me otherwise. But anyway, one of the big changes he did during the Mortal Kombat 2 part of the story was that he rescues Smoke from the Lin Kuei cyber initiative, and as a result, Smoke doesn't become a cyborg like he did in the original canon.
Yeah, yeah,
Consequently, for whatever reason, Sub-Zero, who has a long established, really well written, we're talking about the second Sub-Zero, by the way, Kuai Liang.
yeah.
The Sub-Zero, who had a long established, very well written continuity, but with his rivalry with Scorpion, his takeover of the Lin Kuei, all that, that gets completely interrupted when he becomes a robot.
Yeah, he becomes a robot. Like the Lin Kuei show up to like take Sub-Zero away, and there's like no reason why Raiden and Smoke can't go over there and just kick a few robots' ass and save
Yeah,
Sub-Zero.
Smoke is
For
like,
some reason,
Sub-Zero, I gotta save him. And Rain's like,
yeah.
yo, if they see you, they'll capture you as well. I'm like, okay, then send Johnny Cage in there or something.
Well, then just go in there and kick their ass. They
Yeah,
had all these heroes. The tournament really was like it was being held up by this thing, so they probably could have just destroyed these robots. But it's all like, nah, we can't do that.
it's like I have ruined the timeline. It's just like, no, you completely ruined everything. Ruined. But Raiden, by the way, I noticed by playing the story mode for the third time when I was showing another friend of mine the game. Um, Raiden constantly says this was not meant to be, or this was never supposed to happen, or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
Raiden, you should keep that to yourself. Should keep that a secret. You should have said, "Oh, Liu Kane's dead." That was supposed to happen.
Well, some changing of the timeline doesn't make any sense. Like the butterfly can't effect can't explain the shit that happens. Like for example, like in the third tournament, I'm kind of skipping ahead, but in the third, I guess, invasion of Earth basically is what the third tournament is. There isn't any actual tournament per se. When Motaro is trying to kill Johnny Cage, like Raiden just comes out of nowhere and just fucking pwns Motaro. For some reason, he couldn't like do that with Scorpion, but he pwned Motaro and killed him. So what happens is Sindel gets resurrected like she was supposed to, but instead of rebelling, she goes like nuts and just fucking goes around and just kills everyone
Yeah,
somehow.
she apparently got infused with Shang Tsung because of Shao Kahn's magic, and then a couple chapters later, when you get up to Nightwolf, which is the second before second to last chapter in the game, Sindel comes in, starts screaming, and then all of the Earthrealm warriors, save for Liu Kang and Raiden, who are talking with the Elder Gods, they all fight Sindel, and as a result, Cabal, Striker, Jax, Jade, Kitana, and Nightwolf all die in rather cheap, unnecessary, thoughtless deaths.
Yep, completely
It's
pointless
like
deaths for some reason.
yay, new story mode. By the way, some characters die. Oh yeah, Smoke gets his neck broken too. By the way, that is like the worst way to kill somebody in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, yeah, that's the way they killed Kung Lao in the second tournament that way. You're thinking like, yeah, he's not gonna get his neck broken because they're gonna retcon that and like completely get rid of that part of the storyline because everyone hated it when they did it to Liu Kang. But no, like
Deadly Alliance.
yeah, Shao Kahn just came out of nowhere and just like broke Kung Lao's neck just
Yeah, no, I was
out of
actually looking
nowhere.
forward to Kung Lao winning the second tournament because I'm sick of Liu Kang always being the champion in these games. I'm like, why can't you just mix and match with some pre-established characters who have followings? At
Yeah,
least Dead or Alive did that from time to time.
like Kung Lao felt like he could be like a great modern day hero. He's really cocky, he's likable, he isn't so like Mary Sue-ish. I mean, he seemed like he'd be a great character to follow, but they're just like, no, fuck that, and ruin that. And by the end of the game, the only two Earth heroes are Johnny Cage and
Sonya.
Sonya.
Yeah, those are the only two survivors, and then there's Raiden. But
Yeah,
but after everyone gets killed and Liu Kang sees this, he turns into a complete and utter asshole. Which, by the way, he disregarded Bo Raicho's teachings because I remember earlier in the game, Raiden's like tells Liu Kang, "Remember Bo Raicho's teachings. Don't let emotions get in your way." Well, apparently he forgot all that, got really pissed off, hated Raiden, and he became a jackass. And I was actually kind of happy that Raiden killed him at that
yeah,
point. That's how unlikable he became in an instant.
yeah. He became a complete moron like the
Even
entire
his
game.
dying words, he was all, "You've killed us all." if I was Raiden, I would have just slammed his corpse to the ground. Like, you know what? Fuck you too. Like I would.
Screw that. Like Kung Lao, not Kung Lao. Liu Kang has this like complex where he thinks that Raiden's gone insane, and therefore he has to do everything wrong anyway. Even though Raiden's like, trust me, we got to do this in order to like save the timeline. Which, by the way, he never really explains to. It feels like he doesn't explain enough about what his plans are. Like he could say we have to let Shao Kahn, or
By
at
the
least he
way,
does that.
he's the future Raiden sends past Raiden the message he must win, and he was trying to figure out all along what he must win. He thought it was Liu Kang, and then he was thinking maybe it was Kung Lao, but after he was fighting, um, uh, after he was in the Netherrealm, where by the way, Quan Chi has all the souls of all the dead Mortal Kombat characters at his will. By the way,
Uh,
um, you know, Raiden argues with Quan Chi. He's like, no, the Elder Gods can't allow Shao Kahn to merge the realms without Mortal Kombat tournament. I mean, he can't. And then all of a sudden, he just realized, wait a minute. If he does, he'll be judged by the Elder Gods. He must win. And so he tries to go to Earthrealm, tries to tell Liu Kang about that. And he's like, listen, stopping him now will just only delay the inevitable. We have to make sure the Elder Gods kick his ass. And Luke Kane's like, no, fuck you, but fuck the Elder Gods and fuck you. I'm gonna try to stop him myself. And Raiden's like, I can't let you do that. And then you fight him, and then another cutscene appears where Luke Kane still tries to stop him, but then Raiden just burns and electrocutes him to death.
yeah, he just completely destroys him. And thank you, I got mixed up there. Yeah, the message was just like he must win. He didn't necessarily leave a better message in there, like you must lose the third tournament or anything like that.
Yeah,
It's just, someone must win. Good luck.